Hi, I'm sitting here with Maurice Bendrix, here to talk to you about his relationship with Henry and Sarah Miles. Little background on today's interview. Maurice has told us that he is very good friends with Henry, who has become recently widowed by the tragic loss of his wife Sarah. The two of them go back, and so here is Maurice to tell us about his relationship with Henry and Sarah, carrying on the legacy. And here's the man himself, Maurice Bendrix. Great to have you on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, well, first off, it's great to have you, but can you please describe how you see Henry as a husband to Sarah?
Yeah, well, the thing is, through all of everything that we've been through, Henry and I have become extremely close. But the fact of the matter is that Henry struggled a great deal at sometimes. I found that he is, you could say insufficient at satisfying her needs in the relationship, and so there were times where she felt so neglected that she turned to me for her needs.
That's very amazing stuff. We'll be back after this break. And we're back here with Maurice. So, tell me, you said you're satisfying her. What exactly did you do to satisfy her?
Yeah, well, it seemed that when we would talk, she was seeking something more than what she had with Henry, and it seemed like she wanted that whole relationship with me, and she thought that I could give her that, and so we talked and we got really close.
So, since you guys got close, do you feel, since Sarah and Henry were married, that you betrayed Henry in any way? Or did you do the right thing?
I feel like, in my own way, I was doing the right thing, because I was looking out for her best interest, and sometimes that's different than the best interest of the relationship.
So, do you feel you're doing this in her best interest, or were your interests involved as well?
Well, I mean, I'll be honest, at times I did want her to myself, but there were obvious conflicts. So, she didn't really believe in divorce, but she still continued to see me and have a relationship, I guess.
Well, I have to ask, did your relationship struggle with Henry due to going behind his back seeing Sarah?
It was definitely tough to see him. Even before the relationship started, I felt jealous of him. It was even getting to the point where I sort of hated him more than I loved her, just because he had her and I didn't.
So, what changed? How did you go from such a dislike of Henry to being able to be friends with him after Sarah's death?
It was almost like a weight was lifted that when she was gone. I felt like there was a rivalry between us that it was a competition, me against Henry, and who can take her heart. After she passed, the hatred was gone, and we were just left with one thing. Someone we loved was gone, and that brought us together.
Okay, so with Sarah, what were some of the reasons for her change of heart?
At first there were, morally she had some conflicts. Early in the relationship, she didn't stick to her, Catholic roots, and she didn't really follow her beliefs, and our relationship began to fade. I wanted her to file for divorce, but she disagreed.
So what made you continue to pursue her? She gave her your guide. She gave you her guidelines. She continued to tell you or give you reasons why her plans did not involve you, but you continued to pursue.
We were continuing our relationship, and I was happy. It felt like we belonged together. So, when she drastically changed her mind about the relationship, it was difficult for both of us. I don't want to conflict her interests, but I need to keep my friends and my feelings in mind. I don't want to hurt her, but I also focus on my happiness as well.
Did you ever really respect her beliefs, though? She told you she was Catholic, And Catholics do believe in burial, not cremation, but you did cremate her body, and you chose for that. Why did you do it?
You know, she wasn't strict in her beliefs. I felt like it was more of a phase. You know, I didn't want to offend and get accused of anything, but this has gone too far. You know, I said what I needed to say. Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you on the show. Today, I'm sitting here with Maurice Bendrix to talk to you about his relationship with Henry and Sarah Miles. Little background on today's story.